Lights, camera, action. Welcome. Episode 5. I'm your co-host and co-creator, Rob Vill. I got Indy with me.
What's
Yes, we're live.
cracking? What's
It's live. You're
cracking?
looking around like, are we live? Yes, we are live. Tonight's show is brought to you by Fronto Leafs and Good Weed.
I don't know. I got some type of indica. I need to be awake.
Welcome to episode 5. For those of you who don't know, I run Villain Radio Network. We have all types of shows. We have Lights, Camera, Action. We have Sunday Dinner. We have Friday Night Live. And we had other ones last year. We had one during the quarantine called Unpopular Opinion, where me and Indy just were supposed to argue about shit, but we realized that we kind of had the same opinion on a lot of shit, so there wasn't a lot of arguing. Even though it was informative to a lot of people, it wasn't the conflict that we wanted it to be to bring in viewers. So we kind of went on hiatus, and it's not saying we're not going to bring it back at some point, but for now, Indy does a bunch of shows like this for A+ Opinions. Check them out on YouTube. So this is a little different for him, though, because he could kind of be he could be himself. He ain't got to put on an act. So this is music. This is TV and movie news.
Unfiltered.
This week we're going to be talking about. We're going to recap the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye on Disney Plus. Disney Plus and Marvel are fucking. What is this? 4 for 4, 5 for 5 now.
This one, what? WandaVision, Loki, Winter Soldier. This would be 4 for 4.
4. They're 4 for 4 on their Marvel TV shows.
And this ain't even over yet.
Yeah, exactly. We're 3 episodes in, so we're gonna break that down. We're gonna get into the Spider-Man presale tickets because fucking Spider-Man broke the internet yesterday. We're gonna talk about some other Spider-Man news. We're gonna get into Alec Baldwin and the shooting that happened on the set of Rust. He did his first large format interview. So that video was released earlier today, and there's a bunch of other shit that we're gonna get into because
we can
every week there's so much shit. But Hawkeye, we've Disney and Marvel have timed this shit perfectly to where there's only a little bit of time between show movie type thing. Now, why the pandemic has played a huge role in clusterfucking their movie schedule, getting everything pushed back and shit like that, some of the shows on Disney Plus were shifted a little bit. For the most part, everything's been rolling smoothly with no problems. And that leads us into Hawkeye. This wasn't really one of them that I was looking forward to. Why I'm kind of looking forward to all the shows that Marvel and Disney Plus are putting out. I wasn't really interested in Hawkeye, and that's kind of fucked up because Hawkeye gets a bad rap. Like everybody's like, oh, he's a bow and arrow guy, like no real like superpowers. He can't take a bullet and shit like that. So it's kind of the forgotten Avenger type of thing, But
what the fuck is Black Widow? Like we were interested in Black Widow.
We're interested in Black Widow because we want to fuck her. I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Like, there's no reason to beat around the bush unless it's Black Widow's bush. That's why we care about Black Widow. We want to see Scarlett Johansson run around in the tight fucking latex spandex outfits. That's what we want to see. And plus, we wanted to see if Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in the movie because us Marvel fans are still kind of reeling from his death in Endgame. So we want to see him in any way possible, even if it's flashback movies or flashback scenes or what have you. So and plus we didn't have anything for so long.
We had Eternals.
No, I'm talking about with Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
When Black Widow came out, we were ready. We were like, we've been waiting for them to give us something, and they didn't want to give us anything because the pandemic and shit like that. It's probably my audio, ain't it, Justin? Staticky. This is probably my AirPods. I'm gonna have to switch up.
All right.
But as I switch my audio, Indy's gonna start breaking. He's gonna break down what led up to the show and give you the premise of Hawkeye. And go.
Well, Hawkeye was a character. Let's say, the reason why I'm into Hawkeye is because Hawkeye is one of the characters that I feel is closest to us. A regular human being with expert level of knowledge to be able to be a hero, but not a superhero. He's not Thor. He's not Iron Man. He's not Captain America. He has no special abilities. He just has a specialized skill set. Um, you've had Clint Barton go through having a small ass cameo in Thor to having his brain messed with. You know what I'm saying? In the first Avengers. Then you get him in Age of Ultron, open it up to, you know what I'm saying? You getting a little bit more of him when they show his family, because you didn't even think Hawkeye had a family. So they start to humanize him even more. Then he goes through what he went through in Endgame with his family being dusted, you know, semi-retired. Didn't have him in Infinity War because he wanted to be with his family. Endgame opens. Family gets dusted, you know what I'm saying, and he goes on this rampage because there are people who were evil than his family, and they got to survive and his family didn't. Of course, we get the whole Black Widow jumping up, breaking him from that, you know what I'm saying, coming to get him, him going through his redemption, Natasha sacrificing herself because she didn't have a family. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted her family to be cool that she had in the Avengers. Close to him, new Clint had kids, a wife. Sacrificed herself.
Nobody knew about none of that shit. It was kind of a surprise to us when when Marvel threw it at us, because we who would have thought that Clint shoots motherfuckers with arrows between the eyes and goes home and helps his kid build Lego sets or some shit, you know?
Yeah. And then I think people don't understand the him being a hero for 20 something years. You feel me? In the background, getting none of the fame that everybody else
none
is
of
getting.
the fame, none of the love that these other people's get. Like Iron Man, for example. Everybody knows and loves Iron Man because his fucking personality, and he was really the first
a womanizing drunk.
Yeah, and nobody really, expected anything less than him. Like, he set the precedent, in the MCU. And while each character is a little bit different, Clint's probably the one that's humanized the most, and that introducing his family kind of played into that also.
Even when they tried to do that in Black Widow, when it seemed like they were trying to humanize her more, her best term of coming to grips with her redeeming herself was when she sacrificed herself so that, you know what I'm saying, they could stop Thanos or whatever was going on. Even seeing her own solo movie, watching her family, like, yeah, okay, cool, that's where you saw the change pay off. Everything she's been through with the Avengers, it paid off there. That's why she made the sacrifice that she made, right?
Okay. Yep.
Because her family was cool. Her sister forgave her. And so it's her job to sacrifice herself so that Clint won't go through. Clint's family won't go through what she went through. Not having a dad, and all that stuff. So that was interesting to me. But understanding what Clint Barton actually goes through as a human being, all the time he spends away from his family, you know what I'm saying, going through everything he goes through, having less super abilities than anybody else on the team. I don't care what nobody say. The Natasha Romanoff in the comics, you found out that she has a version of the serum in her, the super soldier serum. And that's the reason why she's able to take the punishment and stuff that she's able to take.
A little bit more. And, the Black Widow movie also shows, like, her dad was like the fucking Russian version of Captain America type shit,
Yeah. So it's interesting to me how all that goes through, and the fact that Clint Barton is actually, what is it? I think it's like 2 years after Endgame. This is the furthest. This is the furthest we've been away from Endgame.
Yeah, because everything thus far has been like right after, basically. It's
Yeah.
everything that the MCU and Disney Plus has given to us
hmm
has been right after Endgame.
And I think the Spider-Man movie might have been what's furthest from, you know what I'm saying, what happened
Yeah,
after
yeah,
Endgame.
so far.
And that was the first thing to come out after Endgame.
Yeah,
So seeing where he's at and the fact that and you just feel bad for him because of he lost everything that was important to him for the job. He lost his love for his job. He lost his best work friend, you know what I'm saying, who's like a sister to him. And then it's like the meaning for him to do the job is gone for him to sacrifice time away from his family. So now he doesn't even feel good from being away from his family. And even though he's protecting the world, what good does it do? Because now he's alone. When he's not alone, but the fact that he's still away from his family and he can't protect people, he's alone. So I can see him being torn between two worlds and wondering, was any of this worth it type of thing. And
yeah.
that's something that we haven't gotten from anything in the MCU. This is probably, I'm gonna say, the most into what would be depression other than Thor getting drunk and being, you know what I'm saying, being depressed and getting fat.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is that real depression that all of us feel when we go work 70 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? It can't be, you know what I'm saying, can't be home with the kids, but hate our job, but we gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is for somebody. And I think the beautiful thing about taking this whole series around the 12 days before Christmas, you know what I'm saying, him wanting to get home to his kids, but him trying to help this one person who he sees himself in, but they came from two totally opposite ends of the tracks. It's just great. And the chemistry between Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner.
It's crazy. When we got the first trailer, myself, honestly, I wasn't looking forward to it, or like I was looking forward to it because it's gonna fill a gap between like Eternals and Spider-Man. And I thought it would give us some kind of fucking fill-in about some shit that was happening. But and they marketed it as like a family Christmas show type thing. You know what I mean? That's kind of how they marketed it. While it's taking place around Christmas time, I won't categorize it as a Christmas show yet. It's teetering on that, but just from the trailer and everything, like I wasn't really like, okay, I can't wait till this comes out. I was more along the lines of, I can't wait till this comes out, so it'll give me something to do until Spider-Man comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
but they released, the first 2 episodes last week, and I watched both of them. And what this showrunner has done so far in the first three episodes, is each episode has left you on some like a cliffhanger type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and last night's did not disappoint, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But each episode has made me anticipate the next one that much more. And after last night's episode, or this morning's episode, I should say, because I watched it fucking from like 2:37 to fucking 3:20 or whatever it was. I can't wait for episode 4. And not only can I not wait for episode 4, I'm thinking in my head, okay, there's 4 full episodes left. There's so much information that they can pack into this.
There's so much information that they packed into these first 3 episodes. Like,
yeah, I mean, well, you notice more than I do because you're a Hawkeye fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like my Hawkeye experience is limited to the Avengers movies and shit like that. I didn't read Hawkeye comics or anything like that. Like I was one of the people when they put the Avengers together and Hawkeye was a part of them. I was like, why are they putting the nigga with the arrow in there?
I remember you kept calling him Green Arrow.
Yeah, and we know why, because Arrow was on the CW.
Yeah.
And that just automatically in my head,
Yeah,
Green
Arrow has always been
I knew more about the Green Arrow than I did about Hawkeye. And that just goes back to me being a bigger DC fan growing up than a Marvel fan. Because growing up, the only really Marvel character I cared about was Spider-Man. You know, like I was a Superman fanatic. I still am to this day. I was a huge Batman fan. You know, I was a huge Wonder Woman fan. Like I've always been attracted to powerful or real strong and independent fucking dark-haired females. So like Wonder Woman might have been my first crush.
Somewhere else with that.
No, but Wonder Woman was probably like my first crush. So I've always been more aligned with DC and shit like that. And plus, like DC found mainstream success with movies first, you know, and TV shows. Because if you go back, I mean, the Batman TV live action Batman on TV in the 60s was probably the first, you know, the first real like live action superhero show. I mean, they had the Superman one too. I think that predates it. I'm definitely sure that predates Batman because George Reeves was in fucking black and white when they started. So, but I really like, I was predisposed to like DC better, but everything that Mr. Feige and Marvel has done and building this whole universe and making us care about these individual characters is why I'm now invested in Hawkeye, the series, like I am.
Well,
getting back to Jeremy Renner and Haley Stanfield's fucking their chemistry, it's dope. It's dope. Cause I'm kind of mad at the fact that he's married and got the family, because there's some chemistry that could lead to something else in there a little bit. But it's kind of weird because she's kind of young, so there's a father-daughter complex too. You know, Disney could have went either way with it. I think that if his family didn't survive the blip and come back, that maybe it could have went a little differently.
Nah, I think that would have ended up being him and like fucking Scarlet Witch, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, because those two kind of connected hard during wasn't he the one to rescue her in Infinity War? Was it was that the beginning of Endgame? I can't remember what it was. When they sent him to rescue him, he's like, me of all people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's
like me? Why me?
Yeah. So I can't remember that was Civil War, wasn't it? That was Civil War when he went and they sent him to go bring he was classic that whole movie. Yeah.
A lot of one-liners, a lot of real smart, funny quips. You know, like they being a being a writer on one of these movies, even, you know, leading up before they even started doing Disney Plus shit, are you have there's a lot of material you got to pack in these movies. Each of these movies have kind of as the MCU has grown, these movies all follow storylines here and there of comics, and some of them more than the others. But and there's so many background characters that fans come to love, that the writers know how to like fit just enough in where it's not too much and it's not enough, so it leaves you wanting more. Like the dog. There's a fucking dog in Hawkeye. Okay? There's a fucking dog. We know there's a dog because the dog was in the motherfucking trailer. Okay? We know there's a dog. Now, I think the dog's a fucking reincarnation or something. Like
or a
the
scroll
dog
or something.
Yeah, like the first episode of the show, this dog is everywhere where the dog needed to be for the dog to help out in certain situations. Now, like the dog should be there.
I'm with you on a little bit like that because we know Secret Invasion, I think it's one of the next TV shows up, and we know that the Skrulls.
What is the next show up?
It might be She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, She-Hulk.
Might be She-Hulk. Because you got She-Hulk.
Because Miss Marvel's gonna be a show, then she's gonna join fucking. Basically. Because they changed the name
to the Marvels.
Mm-hmm. But getting back to it, their chemistry's dope, and we didn't know what to expect out the show. You know, we don't know what to expect out of any of these shows because, I mean, we know a little bit because we could go to IMDb, or we could go to these other movie websites and shit like that, and we could get an idea of who's involved in the story at least because of the casting.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we have no idea what the fuck's coming at us if they don't let us know anything.
I'm looking,
and I didn't know what to expect from this because, like I said, I wasn't a big Hawkeye person. So you might have known something what kind to expect, but I didn't know. How the fuck did Kate Bishop come to be in the comics?
To be totally honest with you, this is the basically exact comic. It was something like this. This is how she came around. Her lore is basically exactly how they're doing now. But the cool thing that they did was to restructure, remix that scene from the Battle of New York, where, you know what I'm saying, Hawkeye's getting his, you know what I'm saying, time to shine at the end of that movie. Yes. And then having that to where Kate Bishop saw him do that, to save her life and her dad passing, and that's being the moment where she decides this is what she wants to do. She wants to help people the way she was helped by Hawkeye. And
I seen an article that says they said so and so's not the new Iron Man, it's Kate Bishop. Because I mean, if you want to get technical, she got money. Her family comes from money.
That's basically what I see what you're saying like that. I know Ironheart is technically the next armored superhero, but there's still rumors that fucking the kid from Iron Man 3 is gonna step up too. Yeah, that's Iron Lad, because that was the Iron Lad and Ironheart. Ironheart is Riri Williams. She's the one who just has in the comics, she has the consciousness, like the AI of Tony Stark in her suit. Yes. So, and then she builds a suit from scratch, like when she's still in, I think, grade school or high school or some stuff. That's how young she is. She's ends up being like one of the young Avengers. But Iron Lad ends up being Iron Lad, I believe, is a version of Kang. Okay. Or ends up being like one of the versions of Kang or something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. But that list of upcoming shows, finally found it. These are the shows 2022. They don't have dates, but Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And then you had to be announced Ironheart, Armor Wars, and the Wakanda series. Okay.
Well, we know that the holiday special is done. That's been done.
Yeah. And that is just coming next December.
Yeah, we know when that's coming. Other than that, it's kind of like I'm pretty sure She-Hulk's going to come next.
Because they were just filming Moon Knight.
Yeah, they were filming Moon Knight. I know they've been filming Secret Invasion too. Mm-hmm. They've been filming that.
Miss Marvel wrapped, I believe, already too.
They wrapped because she's on set of fucking the Marvels. Mm-hmm.
Ironheart hasn't stopped filming. Hasn't started filming. Armor Wars, I think, just started.
Yeah, I believe that just started.
The Wakanda series hasn't started filming yet. It's still in development.
Well, yeah, because we don't even know what's going to happen with that, because now they've been shut down again because
that's the
injury
movie
was worse than they thought.
That's the movie.
but that everything that happens in the movie has fucking effects on the show.
Yeah, but I think even if they could film the show knowing what was going to happen in the movie.
They might not know
if the show doesn't take place before the movie.
That is true also. But so like I'm pretty sure it's going to be She-Hulk next. And that's going to
I think She-Hulk's going to be next, and the reason why we didn't get She-Hulk earlier is cuz as we get further into talking about Hawkeye, there's implications of Hawkeye that's going to affect what happens in She-Hulk.
And Charlie Cox is gonna be in Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody like until I see it, and that motherfucker's not in that movie. He's in that movie. I seen the pictures. Those are not Photoshop set photos. God damn it.
But anyway, that's bigger than a lot of the other stuff they're trying to hide in Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get into that once we start talking about Spider-Man after this.
But hold on, because we have the other shows which are to be announced. Loki season 2, What If season 2, the newly announced Echo, the newly announced Agatha House of Harkness, the newly announced Spider-Man freshman year, that's animated though, and the newly announced Marvel Zombies are all coming as well.
What the fuck?
Marvel's on their shit.
Well, we know Loki 2 is not going to happen till after Doctor Strange and probably Fantastic Four. No, it'll happen before
Fantastic Four. Yeah.
So, but there's so much. Yeah, we could literally start another podcast all about Marvel.
Easily, not all about Marvel. We could literally do a whole nother podcast just on Marvel TV and movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
As they're coming out.
MCU.
Yeah,
just MCU
as it's coming out.
That's actually a good idea. Let me think of a name, and we'll have a new podcast. There we go. But we won't do that one as every week. We'll do that one like fucking. It'll be like one fucking 3-hour show once a month or some shit like that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Actually, no, we couldn't do that because there's so much news and shit going on. But anyway, the way the whole show opens with, like you were saying, with Hawkeye basically saving her and her dad's life, and her like, this is what I want to do. I want to help people, so on and so forth and all like that. Like, it was like going into this, I was like, whatever, I'm going to watch it because it's a Marvel thing. I know at some point it's going to have to do with something. Or now that we know that it's set 2 years after Endgame, that some shit that we still haven't seen yet might lead up to the events of fucking Hawkeye, or will lead up to the events of Hawkeye.
Yeah. It'd be crazy to see if we see the sweatsuit mafia, you know what I'm saying, in the background moving something else around, or if we see characters that we see in Hawkeye, you know what I'm saying, pop up around, you know what I'm saying, earlier times and stuff. It'd be pretty cool. We get a little monologue of Kate Bishop's, you know what I'm saying, life. After her dad, her doing training, you've seen her succeed at a bunch of stuff she's doing, different sports, collegiate stuff. Ends up at, I don't know if that's a college or if that's a friggin', it's got to be a college because she's living on her own.
Yeah. She definitely is college. Definitely some kind of, undergraduate.
Her mom is that rich that she could just have a loft somewhere.
Yeah. Well, no. She definitely not living on campus.
Yeah. So
yeah, definitely. No. She's definitely, there ain't no motherfucking, no Harvard, no Yale, no motherfucking school, got no accommodations like that. Even if they did, you definitely wouldn't be living by yourself.
Right. So she's over there. She's got her own little spot. She comes back. Hold on. I still don't understand what she was trying to do with the bell. Shooting the friggin' when she was shooting friggin' arrows the bells, but you see her adapt the arrow in order to ring the bell, and then have the perfect shot or the perfect focus or whatever it's called, the eye, to understand how to adjust her shot with the added front-loaded weight instantly, because they're trying to demonstrate what her skill is. Bro, you got so still. I thought you froze.
Oh no! I realized where all the static shit was coming from earlier. It's because my phone's been next to the fucking computer.
Oh.
So yeah.
So that was kind of cool to me. And saw little friends. And the first thing we think when we see that, oh, she's finna get kicked out of school. She's a troublemaker. Nah. Yeah. She gets home and mom fixes everything.
Let me just give him some money. I'll give him some bread. Everything be good.
Yeah. Just washed it away. But that's
typical fucking rich fucking superhero movie character shit.
Yeah. Kate Bishop is loaded. Well, Kate Bishop mom is loaded.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Cybersecurity of all things. That interesting, but this is where we forget our first.
That'll play in the future somehow.
Yeah, hugely in the future probably. I mean, we do know we do have characters who have movies who used to be thieves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got a whole bunch of stuff that can go that's when we're first introduced to Jack. Them calling him Jack threw me completely off because it's been so long since I ran old Hawkeye that didn't even faze me that Jack could be Jacquees. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy.
Yeah, like it's all new to me. Like everything that I'm watching and how it unfolds. It's I don't fucking know. Like I said, I wasn't doing the comics or anything like that at all. You know, like not no motherfucking Hawkeye comics anyway, you know. So everything to me is like cool. But I'm piecing shit together, you know, and I'm having already my own thoughts anyway. Like Jack, like I didn't like him from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Like just something not right about him.
The mustache.
You know, like the mustache and just how he talks and everything. It's like he's a robot or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's so weird. Like I didn't like him. So I'm waiting for, and then fucking next thing you know, he's at the little auction, you know, the rare artifact auction or whatever, you know, exactly it was. And I'm like, okay, why is he having his, you know, dad, you know, he's having his dad do it, says he tells his dad straight up, I'll give you the money back. And his dad's like, you ain't got the money, motherfucker, you know? So, okay.
Uncle, that's his uncle.
Oh yeah, his uncle, my bad.
Yeah.
So here he is. He ain't got no money.
He's dating a chick who's loaded.
Dating a chick who's loaded. That was his like friend's wife. Like that's weird. And the fact that they're hiding it from Kate, you know, that's another weird thing. Like I'm not trusting this guy. And then his uncle gets killed. I'm like, all right, what the fuck is going on?
By a sword stab.
Yeah, you know, well that didn't matter to me at first because I didn't not until him and Kate fucking fenced. Once him and Kate fenced, that's when I was like, oh.
No, from the minute they set that up so smartly, from his name being Jack to the fact that his affinity for swords. Like the fact that Kate came home and when she walked through and she was looking around for a mom and the first thing that she notices that's out of place is a bunch of friggin' swords.
Yeah.
And then when she talks to her mom, she's like, oh, Jack's bringing more of his stuff, you know what I'm saying, over. Like she knew the relationship was there. She didn't know that they were getting as serious as quick, you know what I'm saying, as they were.
Yeah.
And the argument that the mom and the uncle had, you know what I'm saying, before his death, and the fact that even down there in that auction, he's trying to outbid his uncle for what was displayed, Ronin's sword.
Yes. And what sword was it?
Ronin's sword. Ronin's sword. Everybody's like, what? Ronin from Endgame. When Hawkeye shed his Hawkeye demeanor and he was running around like a ninja killing bad people.
Ronin. And you know what? Like we should have known as like that was gonna play some type of way into the show. Cause for it not to would just be kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, cause it's like even though we know why he was doing it, like I you know, there had to be ramifications eventually.
Right. And they had to figure out some way to pull, you know what I'm saying? Some way to pull the villain in. They wanted to tell the story of it. It's an amazing thing that even though he redeemed himself in what he did in order to move the plot forward in Endgame and to make what Natasha did worth something, because that's what she did. Yeah. She sacrificed herself to redeem him so he could have the time, you know what I'm saying, to go back to his family. She knew what he wanted. Yep. So for that, which he understands, if they find out who Ronin was, that puts his family in danger. You know what I'm saying? Which everybody knows he's Hawkeye. They know Clint Barton. And right now he's not even worried about his family. So that tells me that S.H.I.E.L.D. is still heavily involved in keeping his family safe because he's not worried about his family's well-being this whole time.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing why I think this whole security company.
That's kind of weird too, because like he sent his family home. Like him and his kids, the movie opens, once we get back into present day, Kate Bishop's doing her little shit at school, and got the auction and everything like that. And all this is taking place in New York City. And at the same time, Hawkeye's in town with his kids on vacation. He's there to see the fucking play.
It's probably a special invited guest. It's probably the first night, you know what I'm saying, it's airing.
Opening night, yeah.
This is when you first get a hint of something's wrong, because he's taking his hearing aid out. You see that he has a hearing aid. They make sure that they focus on that. So you're seeing a aged, weathered Avenger. They're showing that everything he went through has worn on him, and there has been some stuff that is unfixable, as per se.
Yeah, and I want to know what happened. I know he's been through a bunch of shit, explosions and all that. Maybe that's why it's like that. But they're making it, of course, why not make it a handicap and focal point here and there? Like they made it a very focal point in episode 3 last night or this morning, whatever you want to fucking call it. So they're definitely playing off of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely really digging that. I don't know. I'm hoping they did it to strengthen his abilities, because his focus and his sight, and the fact that him not being able to hear doesn't affect his archery at all, which you think sometimes it might, depending on if that's going to fuck with his equilibrium or something like that.
Now here's the thing. How long has it been like that? Because he's always wore some type of earpiece.
True. Maybe it's something where the things just made it a little bit, worse, or whatever. But it's interesting.
And to go back real quick, at the underground auction, at the, Kate, her mom, Jack, Jack's uncle, whatever, they're at this party while everybody's mingling at the party. The men slip away. They go to this little fucking auction. Like we were talking about, that the Ronin sword was there. Not only was the Ronin sword there, the Ronin costume was there also.
Where the hell did they get this shit from? That's what I want to know. Who's auctioning this off?
We don't know. We don't know if maybe we'll eventually find out. But so during this auction, something happens.
The sweatsuit mafia break in. And at first, when they break, I'm like, what the fuck are they trying to steal? I'm like,
when they walked in, that's how I was like,
bruh.
I was like, who are these fucking, it looks like a soccer team's fucking.
Nah, they look like a bunch of backup dancers for a Bruno Mars video. That's what they look like.
Bruh. Yeah. It was
Kay Bishop ends up donning the suit so nobody sees she's down there. The whole time she snuck down there, she's trying to get away. She tries to act like a waitress or a waiter or something like that.
Yeah, and she's nosy. She's that person. She wants to know what the fuck's going on. So
she's got that what the
fuck's going on.
That Batman ingenuity, the have to know what's going on. But the Clint Barton snaps. You know what I'm saying? She's reminded me a lot of Clint Barton when we first got introduced to Hawkeye. One-liners, you know what I'm saying? Just comedic with everything until he got more serious. So you're starting to laugh at the character, like the character. She dons the costume and beats the hell out of some people.
Yeah, because as the sweatsuit mafia comes in, or the tracksuit mafia, whatever you want to fucking call them.
It wasn't even Adidas. It was some New Balance or something. It was something like you see your uncle wear to the barbecue.
Bro. Bro, I was trying to figure out. I was like, who are these people? So they're trying to steal whatever we don't know what they're trying to steal because there's all types of fucking shit that these people are not supposed to even have to auction off in the first place. So while all this mayhem is ensuing, Kate steals the costume, the suit. Guess you can't call it a costume, really.
Yeah, ends up running off with it. What did she say? She saved the dog, right? In the suit.
Yeah.
Say the dog in the suit. People saw taking pictures. Oh my God, Ronan's back.
Saved a dog. And from that point, the dog's fucking everywhere where the dog needs to fucking be when the dog needs to be there.
Facts. But no.
Crazy.
The minute she put the suit on and say that dog, you saw that first camera flash. That they need that dong. This is the moment you knew you fucked up. Because from that moment on, the tracksuit mafia is on her ass.
On it. Like on it.
After was she in the costume when she got jumped by them? Oh, or wasn't it she was in the costume when they did that?
Yeah.
And because Hawkeye was at dinner with his kids. And didn't he see it on the news or something and got alert or something about it? And took off to go find out what was going on. And she wasn't doing bad for herself.
Not at all.
Until the rest of today was like, all right, they sent the whole squad on her. They was finna fucking you ever seen
till the JV team showed up. They had the varsity there.
You ever see the meme with the white girl on the couch and it's nothing but a group full of black dudes?
Yep.
That's how she felt when Mother Vans pulled up, right? She's in the car, looking like she finna cry. And down comes Clint Barton.
Bruh.
Clint Barton.
Yeah.
So he comes in, he kicks some ass, and like, we got to get out of here. Where the fuck did you get the suit? Type shit.
Trying to find out what she got the suit because he probably thought he disposed of it. He knows the problems that suit's gonna bring, especially in New York.
And now that it's fucking out there.
Yeah, so she goes to her house, takes him there, and she's like, nobody knew it was me. Nobody knew it was me. And the tracksuit mafia pulls up.
Shout out to Skurlock. Actually, we could do a Christmas version one when I get out there next week.
Yeah, this is actually a Christmas show. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Hawkeye is a Christmas TV show.
Yeah, because he's trying to get home by Christmas.
Mm-hmm. When the tracksuit mafia pulled up, and they was like, it was like, I don't know who wrote this stuff, but the comedic timing was perfect because she was just like, nobody knows where I live. And they pull up Kate Bishop.
That, bro, I still can't take them seriously. Like, in the fight scenes, I was like, man, they're gonna lose because look at them.
And they throw the Molotov cocktail.
The what?
The Molotov cocktail.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
they throw the fire glass in the window. And he throws it back at him. And then she shoots the one with the arrow to light the dude on fire. And he goes, "You're pretty good." And she was like,
pretty good.
She's like, "Some people might call me the world's best archer." And he was like, "What people? You?" He was like, "Yeah." But it's got their chemistry on their jokes, their timing and stuff, and just the seriousness. Because she seemed dead ass when she was telling him that. Like, she meant every word.
Yeah. She's like, well, since you ain't around no more, guess what? Here it goes, buddy. And
she was dope. She was really dope. Now.
Yeah, and it's the crazy thing is the first episode ends, you know, he shows up at the fight, he's helping her out at the end, she thinks like, you know, oh shit, and this motherfucker's about to hit her, takes the mask off, and he's like, "It's a chick." Show ends.
No, he wasn't just like it was a chick. He looked at her like, "You're 12."
Yeah.
All right. Episode ends. One of the best ways, and I got mad. I went, "What the?" And then I went, "Hold on, it's another episode."
See, and that goes back to earlier in the episode when we started talking about this, where I said like they know exactly they're ending the shows like on hangers perfectly, and the first 2 episodes were cool. It's like, all right, cool, boom, boom. Then the third one happened, and I was like, fuck. Now I'm really invested in this show. I got to wait another fucking week. Not only am I waiting, I got to wait a week for this shit. At least I got Dexter to hold me over. Fuck.
No, I was screwed because when that happened, like All American wasn't new. You know what I'm saying? Batwoman's on mid-season finale. The only thing I had was Flash, and now I watched that, and there's nothing else to watch. Wrestling, maybe, if I decide to do that. I'm like stuck. I really have to watch Power now. But nah, they jump into the second episode, and this is the funniest shit I never seen in my life when it comes to some Marvel shit. They got him tied to a brown unicorn. They got taped to a brown unicorn.
Bro, when I seen this shit, like the whole I was like, see, it's a fucking unicorn.
No, hold up. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Because I jumped all the way to the start of the third episode because I forgot about the second one.
Yeah. That's how they ended the episode 2.
Yeah, but the second episode was cool. You got a lot more going on with Jack. That's when you find out that the uncle died. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff is going on in this episode. But you can really talk about the second and the third episodes together because they kind of flowed like that between the two of them and what was going on. Because that's when she fenced with Jack. When she thrust it at his head and he was able to he parried that shit perfectly too. Like,
well, see, yeah. Like the beginning, like the beginning of the second episode, once that starts, that kind of that's where like basically right from the start, fucking Clinton and fucking Kate's that their chemistry is pretty, cool, and she wasn't even she was like a little starstruck type shit with him. She wasn't overly, so she played it, she played it very well. I don't know if it was written like that or if it just came off in, in her acting about it. But, and it's crazy how it is to meet your hero and shit.
I think that was the title of like the first episode. You know what I'm saying? You should never meet your hero or something like that.
Yeah, because he's he played like a I don't know, he's like a cranky, grumpy old superhero type shit.
And what's the movie with Mel Gibson and Donnie Glover?
Lethal Weapon.
He played the Donald Glover character. You know what I'm saying? Like Lethal Weapon. That's what this felt like to me. It felt like Lethal Weapon with a Die Hard backdrop. You know what I'm saying? New cop on the scene, put with the old cop. Old cop really doesn't want to deal with the new cop, but has to in order to, you know what I'm saying, accomplish his goal.
You know what the funny thing is? We just talked about the first 2 episodes and ended it with the first episode, and we started talking about the second episode, and a lot of shit that happened in the second episode we already talked about when we were talking about the first episode. That what happens when you got 2 friends that like to talk about this shit and like to be feeling nice.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're talking. We're just talking. But dude, hold on. LARPing. Tell me you don't want to go LARP.
I'd LARP.
Facts, dog.
Why not?
Watching, all right, anybody who doesn't know what LARPing is live action role playing. It's basically where cosplayers go. They dress up like characters and they have certain rules. You have to stay within your character. Most are take place in a medieval land. You know what I'm saying, with soldiers, orcs, magicians, and stuff like that. It's like live action Dungeons and Dragons. That's basically what it is. You're role playing a Dungeons and Dragons game, but you're doing it live in person. Hawkeye has to go role play to be able to get the friggin' Ronin suit back that they lost.
Yes, yeah. So they lost the Ronin suit. We're really jumping around like a motherfucker. uh, but this he's after going back to when the Tracksuit Mafia, that's their real name. The Tracksuit Mafia, when they found out, they find her at her apartment. They throw the Molotov cocktails. They start burning that shit down. Failing to burn it down anyway.
They got money and
Pizza-
they got money and they got
Yeah.
pool. Just to let you know,
Yeah.
because they
So basically,
stood there
they-
the whole time.
Yeah.
arguing
They get
with
out
the
of there.
owner.
Yeah, they get out of there. They escape from the Tracksuit Mafia trying to burn down her spot, and they go to she has an aunt who's out of town, out of the country or whatever. I forget exactly what it was, but they go there. Her, Clinton, and Pizza Dog. That's
Who
that's
she
the
doesn't
dog
name to the end of the third episode.
Yes. Yeah, it's Pizza Dog, so that's what we're gonna know.
PD.
But she's chilling at the crib. Clint leaves, and that's when he goes to the what it is, the
LARPing,
LARP.
because all of the first responders LARP.
Yes. The firefighter who took the Rona suit from the scene in an attempt to show. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So
because he got mad because everybody else there always has better costumes than him. So he's supposed to be like a medieval knight dressed up like a ninja.
Yeah, and all this that's going on, Clint has to send his kids back home because they're like in New York still. So he sends his kids back home. He goes to the fucking LARP thing where he has to role play and fight somebody to get the Ronin suit back. And he has to actually act and get into this thing because these people are really serious about it. Mm-hmm. And that's what he has to do. He has to be killed and shit.
No.
So
hold on. Him walking through the battle area.
Oh.
And countering and killing everybody, and them over exaggerating their deaths, and the dude that he sliced 4 times. This shit was classic. And then him getting to the dude, and he's like, "Give me the suit." He's like, "I can't give you the suit." He's like, "Let me kill you." He's like, "You're Hawkeye." He's like, "Let me kill you. People will love me then." And he bent over and was like, "Dude," he's like, "I can't do it like that. It has to be trial by combat."
And that whole trial by combat shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Here's your potion. Take the potion. Oh, you won't get the benefits. He was like, "Nah, that girl had me rolling, dude."
Yeah. When I first moved to Vegas, I worked for a security company, and they had a contract with the county, and they would do all the little extracurricular shit, the festivals or whatever. And they had a Renaissance fair. Vegas got one of the biggest rent fairs in the country. So we worked the fucking thing. Not only did we work the entrance, had to go through people's bags. I got so many fucking bags of weed and fucking bowls, knives, fucking you could bring your little sword, but you couldn't bring a fucking real machete and shit. Right. So confiscated a bunch of shit. Then we had to walk around and do everything. And even when we were walking around and patrolling and shit, these motherfuckers, as soon as they walked in the fucking gate, they're in character all fucking day. It was fucking insane.
Yo.
So that's what he has to do. He has to fucking fight this guy in front of a bunch of people, gets killed, so he can get the fucking suit back.
He gets the suit back, locks it in a locker somewhere.
Yeah,
that's the safest place to put it.
Like what? I don't even know. Like if he was at a fucking bowling alley, a fucking bus fucking station,
If he was in a subway, and you know what I'm
anything.
saying?
Like here, you're gonna put here's a fucking locker.
Yeah, put the lock on, and he came up with an idea to clear Kate from being Ronin, because that's what everybody thinks. They think Kate Bishop is Ronin. He's gonna let them catch him. And it's why are they back at Kate's house to start off with? Like she's coming home after they burned it down. Like, these is the stupidest dudes ever. Now I think he calls him. He calls him with something, and they show up. And they put the bag on his head. And he's like, I can still see through this. The one dude hits him with the bat, and they act all bad and hard because they came like 80 deep on his ass. That looked like some shit that would happen in Gary. I swear it does.
Bruh.
Oh, man. When they put, he's like, I can still see in here. He's like, doesn't matter. Shut up. And they get him locked in. They start patting themselves on the back.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But then they get him. They lock him up. They get ready to tie him down or whatever. And we go into this red room. And it's like, boss, we got him. And it's like, you hear the music like, dun, 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 like throbbing the subs. Them subs was rattling, dude. Rattling. KR-18s or whatever the hell them things was.
And yeah, exactly. But while all this is going on, fucking what you call it? Clint fucking gets the suit back. Fucking what's her name? Kate goes to her mom's house for dinner. And that's when we kind of start getting an idea about Jack's character.
Yeah, we understand that Jack's a bastard, but
they fence.
Yeah, they fence.
And she's like grilling him the whole time. You know, she's grilling him the whole time. She's over there like fucking asking him all types of questions and shit because she's kind of suspicious because his uncle got killed.
Uh-huh. And
so
she's a state champion or something like that in fencing. So she challenges him and he accepts. He's like, let me go get my stuff. And they're fencing. They're fencing good too. But Kate keeps getting the hit wins. You know what I'm saying? She keeps getting the blows to get the wins. Except she can tell that he's letting her do it. So
yeah, he's like I was saying earlier about how I didn't like him because he just seemed off and weird the whole fucking time. At this point, it was kind of deepening too. You know, you're like, first of all, you could tell he's not really trying and shit like that, especially because she was letting anger and emotion control the way she was fencing. So it would have been easy for him to go ahead and win, get a point, what have you, if he was even trying, because she was making so many little mistakes that he could have exploited, just like I said, because she was fighting with anger and emotion crazy.
Yeah. So
crazy woman emotion.
He ends up the last little flurry, he ends up like dodging everything, right? And the mom says, that's enough. And they start throwing words at each other, something like that. And then she swipes like hard as hell, like dead at his face. Like she was trying to decapitate this man. And he parries this at the last moment with the easiest of ease. Like, I'm talking
exactly.
About, look at the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of, like, the littlest movement, period. And totally disarms her. And she's like, see? See?
Like nothing.
He was lying. He said, what movie is this? It's the Hawkeye series, Justin. Skurlock is the Hawkeye series. He's like, we're probably making this shit sound more interesting than what he thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, but yeah, that like the end of that, I didn't. I was over it. I was over him. I was like, I don't like this guy. Fuck him.
He said, "Fuck him."
Like, when can he die? When can he die?
That's how I was feeling too. But they pop back over to what the situation that's going on with Hawkeye. He's captured. That's after Kate calls and she's in like a taxi. This is the funniest shit ever, yo. Should I call him? No, I think she checks him first and it's like, should I call him? Like right after should I call him? Calls him. He doesn't pick up. She's like, why does he pick up? She gets all nervous, starts tracking him. She signs it. She breaks into her mom's security thing. Well, I don't think she has to break because she has security clearance.
Yeah.
Oh, she is. And she tracks him to where he's going to be at. Now, his whole reason for being there was he let him get captured so he could try to clear her name so he can go home to his kids. So The first 2 episodes is Kate fucking up and not letting Hawkeye. If Hawkeye is just able to say, like he wants to, this chick isn't Ronin, he can just go home.
Yeah.
End of series.
It's over.
That's all it takes.
That's it. It's wrap.
But right when he's finna put his plan into motion, here comes Kate through the skylight. Just this shit was funny as hell, dude.
Bro, like exactly what she shouldn't be doing, she's doing. Like fucking like you said, the first 2 episodes she's fucking shit up, and what's she doing right now? She fucking shit up.
He was like, "What are you doing? I'm here to save you." He was like, "I was here to clear your name, idiot." She's like, "Oh."
And just
but again, we have the perfect ending to the episode.
like I was like, really? Like this is what she doing?
and then the tracksuit mafia head goon or whatever. Oh, this is cool. Hey, boss, we got them both. These dudes are like Team Rocket. They're only for comedic release. They could be blasting off again.
But it's working. You know, it's just like everything else fucking Marvel does. It's fucking it's working pretty well.
But we cut to end. We have Echo. Well, we know it's Echo because we a lot earlier, like I think it was even a year ago, we got the announcement of her having her own series and that she would be appearing in the Hawkeye series. So this wasn't new, and we already knew about the actress who got cast, and the fact that she was an amputee also, to the point where Marvel Comics actually retconned the character, to being an amputee. Alec Cox is the actress who played. This is actually her first ever professional gig, is Hawkeye. And
that's
it's
crazy because she's doing very, very well.
Yeah, she's playing this character to the T, and she gets to play. You know what I'm saying? Maya Lopez, who for me and you, one of our favorite Marvel shows is Daredevil. Am I right?
Yeah, that's. Oh, you know what? That's fucked up because now I don't know if it's a toss up now. It's a toss up between fucking Daredevil and fucking Hawkeye. I mean, not Hawkeye, but fucking Loki. Yeah.
I can understand that though, but I think I'll go with Daredevil right now because they had more than one season, and then both seasons were good.
Yeah, I'd definitely still go with Daredevil, but
yeah, but Echo is big, especially from Daredevil, because she's a fictional superhero who began being published in Marvel. I can't remember the exact date, but she is the adopted daughter of Kingpin
Yes.
and is also a big supportive character to Daredevil. In the comics, she was one of Daredevil's love interests, and it was come later to find out that she was working for Kingpin to kill Daredevil because Daredevil was framed of killing her father or uncle. I can't remember if it was uncle in the comics or not. And then she later found out that Kingpin was actually the one who did it. But in this version of what's going on, it was actually Ronin who killed her pops. So she is death, and she actually her other senses are heightened. And similar to how Taskmaster said, Taskmaster has super reflexes and a
Okay.
photographic memory, right? So he's able to copy anything that he sees. The difference with Echo is she only has to see anything once, and it's not that she's copying it, it's that she learns it. Like, she only has to read anything once to learn anything and stuff like that. So it's real similar, except she's deaf. So she's been through all types of martial arts training, everything like that. In the books in the Daredevil, she watched one of, I think it's Bullseye. She watched like a Bullseye and Daredevil like forever in order to learn how to fight Daredevil. And since Bullseye,
Makes sense.
I might be wrong on the character, but since Bullseye was the one who was able to defeat him in hand-to-hand combat a lot, she watched him and Daredevil. So she's they kept her in normal school as well, and she ended up, being smarter than everybody and just become the perfect tool for Kingpin. They brought that right into the start of the third episode.
Yeah. Very, 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 very well also.
Yeah. Went right on her childhood, showed you her attachment to her dad, humbled the character, and humanized the character very quickly. So,
I like I said, the second episode ended last week, and I was like, "Fuck, here we go again." Fucking got a whole nother week to go before. Oh bullshit! Netflix has us spoiled. Here's the whole fucking season. Binge it, motherfucker. Then wait a year.
well, that's the thing about Marvel. The thing that's mapped out with Marvel is everything is making it a weekly event. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's leading into other greatness. But what did you think from somebody who didn't know about what was going on? What did you think about the introduction of Echo and how all that happened? You all right? Bless you, bless you.
Yeah. I'm trying to fight through a sneezing attack.
What did you think about the introduction of Echo in the third episode?
At first, I was like, where do I know her from? It took a second because it's been a while. So, but I was like, okay, let's see how this plays out. And I liked it. The whole amputee thing was, true to form. And the fact that they got a, real amputee person. So I liked it. I was interested to see where I was like, yeah, of course she would be fucking in charge of these fucking tracksuit mafia motherfuckers.
Right. The one
You
fucking
know?
badass.
And then right after that, I wanted to know who the fuck was in charge of her. That's all I started thinking about.
But they showed that, which a lot of people missed, in the flashback to her growing up. In her so-called quick origin story to introduce the character to show her that she was a real person, right?
Yeah.
To be able for you to champion her being redeemed later on. Because when she gets dropped off at the karate dojo that her uncle runs, right? The whole word uncle, I gotta go do something for your uncle. Your uncle got you. Your uncle's gonna take you home. If you look at that fat hand that squeezes her cheek and she smiles, if you listen to the laugh, it's a very particular person's laugh.
Very, very particular.
And it blows this whole my when I heard that laugh, my anticipation and my love for this show went from like 6 to 10 immediately. Cause I know they just didn't do that. Man, tell me that wasn't Vincent Dove, dog. It can't be nobody. If not, they took the laugh and they did an audio of the laugh. You know what I'm saying? It was a laugh track.
That's exactly, yeah. Like, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. So we got Kingpin. So we know that the tracksuit mafia, is working for Kingpin, and that this girl was groomed to be a weapon for Kingpin, and that her dad was a head goon for the tracksuit mafia that she now runs. How somebody so as skilled as her has idiots like that working for her.
On a side note, I want to eat like a green apple while we're shooting. So when I eat it, look at this. It like disappears. I'm not holding. Look at this. I'm not holding anything right now. That's crazy. It's a piece of fucking King Hawaiian bread. It's disappeared in the green screen.
Hey. So you kind of feel bad for Echo and what's going on. You get Clint trying to explain to her, what's really going on. That Kate accidentally found the suit, that Black Widow killed the Ronin. You know what I'm saying? Which is actually true.
Accidentally my ass.
It's actually true, though. Black Widow did kill Ronin.
Oh, well, I'm talking about her finding the suit. She didn't accidentally find that shit.
Well, she saw it.
That shit.
Yeah, she stole it. But it accidentally got to the point where she was able to, because if that auction would have happened, she never saw it. But it also kind of makes you think, when I saw that, it kind of made me think they were after that costume and that sword. That's the reason why they, broke into the auction. They knew it was going to be there. How did they know that particular item was going to be there? Which we figured out a little bit later, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we do.
Hawkeye ends up breaking out after his ruse doesn't work, because why would, Echo believe him? She almost, why would I? It's not like he's not an Avenger. It's not like he's not known. Why would Avenger have to lie to you? But she's so angry, emotional, and enraged. That was her dad that got killed right in front of her.
Yeah, she had every right to be. So, but
yeah,
we don't want to see that because it's fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah, but then we have what will be our best fight scene of the show so far.
Very, very good fight scene.
Yeah. You
still no like Daredevil Netflix fight scene, but it was good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I would say it's a little bit better. Because that hallway scene, in the first season, probably one of the best fight scenes in a movie in the history of fighting. No, because the elevator hallway was better than that was in the Defenders movie.
I haven't watched that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, you missed out on some dope ass fight scenes, dude.
I mean, I can still go watch it.
Yeah. And so it was pretty.
I probably won't, but I can.
It was a really good fight scene. When she knocked his earpiece out and then stepped on it and squashed it and then put him at a disadvantage, and he ran up in that room and went, "Ooh, bow, ooh, arrows," and it just became a machine again after that.
And with him breaking, with his hearing aid getting broken, that fucking him and Kate's fucking comedic playback where her not understanding that he couldn't fucking hear her was fucking hilarious.
And then her just thinking that he's like No, she knew he didn't have it, but she forgot. She kept forgetting because of the moment they were in. And I wish you could hear me.
They break out. So they break out, right? They break out. He ends up being able to break out. Now we're at the unicorn part. Before that big fight, he was only able to break out because part of the unicorn was like jagged, and he was able to rub the fucking duct tape along that to get, kind of cut through it and break through. Then he starts fighting and everything, and old girl Kate's still just locked up. She's still just sitting there fucking taped up. So as Clint's he gets the bow and arrows, he's fucking back in fucking Avenger mode, flying through the air, shooting motherfuckers with all types of shit.
Yeah, got Echo had Echo stuck to the wall by her jacket.
Had Echo stuck to the wall, and this whole time Kate's trying to like bite through the duct tape, and dude, I forget his name. What's his name?
I just call him Kiz. It's like Kiz or something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, that dude, he's sitting there like telling Kate, like, yo, stop it, stop it, And so eventually, this motherfucker Clint shoots the arrow, shot a dude's ear, ain't it?
Nah, he friggin' did a side jumping, twisting flip or something like that. Upside down before hitting a ball pit, shot an arrow that sliced dude's cheek. Where if he would have moved his head anymore, or he timed it wrong and he finished turning around and look what's going on, that was going through his head and just stopping. Slice his cheek, cut Kate's tape, and she starts going to work immediately. She has some great combat scenes hand to hand. The little flip around the pole where she flipped around the pole and knocked dude over. And everything she was doing for them to be able to escape.
But then they escape.
Mm-hmm.
She runs out to a dope ass Challenger.
72 Challenger.
And wants to steal it. And Clint's like, no, we're not stealing the Challenger.
He was like, I'm not stealing that classic. So he steals some old beater. And he doesn't want to drive because he can't hear.
Yeah.
And he's trying to tell I can't drive. She doesn't understand what he's saying. She's talking to him. No, you drive. I can't. And she's trying to tell him I can't drive.
Like, I'm rich. I don't have to drive. I can't.
And they can't communicate. So finally he drives. He gets the car going. He hot wires it. And all that's left is trick arrows.
Bro, that whole fucking sequence, bro. I was dying.
She shot the splatter arrow, and she was like, that wasn't worth anything. And they go turn the windshield wipers on, and it just totally smears the thing. And then he was like, he's trying to tell her, no, not a explosive arrow. No, not this. No, that. It's too dangerous. And she shoots the explosive arrow, and he goes, there's 4 more that's more dangerous than that.
And the whole time, she's still talking to him like he could hear her.
I don't know what
the
arrow
whole
this
time.
is. This will help if you could tell me what arrow this is. Gave her the acid arrows. They're driving around the whole time, flip around. That was actually a cool little car chase scene. You know what I'm saying? Like classic style car chase scene. You're getting all the cool trick arrows out. You know what I'm saying? Such a cup arrow, USB arrow. The acid arrows, the electric arrow, like you're seeing all types of stuff. But then when they get away from everything and they hit a traffic jam on a bridge. Bruh.
He almost fucking rams a fucking car.
Yeah, with a kid in it. So he turns sideways.
With the kid.
And he looks back and it's like, what they're going to do is like, they're going to ram us. I'm like, okay, fuck. That lets you know right there, okay, they're not going to let the kid die. Traffic jam, they're not going to let him ram. He gets 2 arrows, gives her, it's like 1 regular arrow left. Gives her that, tells her to shoot it straight in the air. It's like, find your angle, release it as high as possible, right?
Bro.
She does it. The fucking arrow hits a high point, starts coming back down. He shoots the arrow he has, last trick arrow. Just happens to be a Pym arrow. It hits the other arrow and changes the arrow to the size of a fucking skyscraper.
Bro. Big ass arrow.
Crashes
Cuts
down.
the whole truck in half.
Yeah, and blocks them off. So they can't go any further. Shootout.
Ooh, excuse me.
Hawkeye says, cover me. Gives her the USB arrow. She doesn't know what it does. She was like,
USB arrow, bro.
she's like, you don't want me to shoot this arrow? So they stop shooting. He says, cover me. She shoots it. It's doing the chest and just falls off.
Just falls to the ground.
He looks at it like, what the fuck? So they keep
Just hits
shooting.
the ground. Fuck it. We'll just hit the ground.
Clint gets over there, grabs the sucker cup arrow, grabs her, jumps off the bridge, used the grappling hook arrow, slams into the side of the train, and he used the suction cup arrow to catch her onto the side of the train. And she goes, oh, that's what that's for. No, I couldn't. Her fucking comedic timing. And then
their chemistry and their comedic timing, it's dope.
Then they get on the train and they're sitting there, and she just talking, and she's talking about how cool it is to save people, and then she goes into, oh shit, the dog's been in the house all day. I don't think that's safe. I don't think that's good for the dog. I should probably walk him when I get back. And then she looks at Clint. He ain't saying shit because he can't hear shit. And then he goes, you should probably walk the dog.
After everything they went through the whole day, she's like, the dog's been alone all day.
That's how a hero is. Selfless, always thinking about, you know what I'm saying, something or somebody else. It's pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool show. It really is.
I know, and it just, here I am fucking waiting for next week again.
Yeah. But the huge takeaways is the Echo and the Kingpin affiliation, right? So they get back to the place at some time they decide that they need to go to her mom's house. Check the security, use security to figure out if anything's going on with Jack, or if the Tracksuit Mafia has some time. Try to figure out why they were at, you know what I'm saying, the auction to start off with. So when she gets in there and she gets to the system, she sees the name Kenzo, whatever that dude name was, that was Tracksuit Mafia, when she's searching up Jack's name. So before she can get further in, she gets locked out, right? Hawkeye feels something off. His spider sense is tingling, I guess. He goes to walk away.
His hawk sense.
Yeah, his hawk sense is tingling. And as soon as he gets to the curtain, the sword, Ronin's sword, is dead at his neck. They pan away, and it's Jack. And right as that moment, I knew who the fuck Jack was. And I felt dumb for not figuring it out before.
Mm-hmm.
They laid it out for me.
You are motherfucking dumb.
Yeah, they laid it out for me. His name is Jack. They even gave me the last name, affinity for swords. You know what I'm saying? A good swordsman.
But you you weren't thinking about it like that.
Nah, it's swordsman. Who else than the person that trained Clint Barton in hand-to-hand combat and sword combat back at the fucking circus? So it all ties together. Jack is in possibly with the Tracksuit Mafia and Kingpin. They kept mentioning a new, you know what I'm saying, mafia boss, somebody taking over. Kingpin, whether he's still in jail or he's not, you know, we seen in the Daredevil show him be able to run a whole organization from jail. Jail is not going to stop him from building his empire. And plus the whole thing, Uncle's not going to like that. Uncle's trying to stay down low when Kenzie was talking to Echo. Man, when the episode 4 starts,
It's
if
going to be
Clint
really fucking interesting.
if Clint
Is he going to
Barton,
remember who he is?
yeah, does he look too
That's how we're
different
going
for
to
him
know
not
for
to know?
sure.
Are they
if
going to
it's-
remember each other when they
yeah.
look at each other? You know what I'm saying? Does I know Jack has to know who he is if he trained Clint Barton, you know what I'm saying? And so it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens, and that ties into such a bigger world because you got She-Hulk that's going to deal with She-Hulk, who was a ally of Daredevil, who's also a lawyer. You got ramifications going to happen with everything on an earthbound level, especially if it's bringing in Kingpin, man.
And here's the thing.
Or I'm gonna get you this. What if they do keep some of the lore from the shows, right? Since this happened in New York, Harlem is in New York. What if the mob boss they're talking about, and this is just throwing fucking arrows at a fucking wall and seeing what sticks, right? What if it's Luke Cage because of how the Luke Cage season 2 ended with him taking over, you know what I'm saying, as head of the mob out there in
I don't know.
Harlem.
I don't think so.
I know.
Yeah.
I could hope. Leave me alone. I guess
Because you got to remember that there was rumors that the Daredevil would make some sort of appearance in this series,
yeah.
and it would tie together nicely with a because Spider-Man's coming up.
True.
Because you got to figure we have 1, 2, 3. After Spider-Man comes out on the 17th, that following Wednesday is the last episode. But here's the thing. This takes place 2 years later than Endgame. Where does
Spider-Man No Way Home fall? It can't take place too. Well, I don't know. He could be living in a world. He could have been living in that world. Well, let's see. It was his junior year. See, Spider-Man takes place in a time spent of him in school. So when he came back after snap his junior year, No Way Home takes place during his senior year. So, it could be 2 years after the blip when No Way Home takes place, because it could be the end of his senior year. So these could line up.
So there could be implications between both of them with if Daredevil's involved in any way in the series, which we don't know. It was rumored. It would make sense. There was time, but it would have to be indoor scenes because they're not going to be filming with one of these motherfuckers and Charlie Cox on the streets of New York and nobody had a picture of it.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to see. I want to see what happens with this, man. I can't wait for episode 4. It's gonna be good.
We just spent an hour and a half on fucking Hawkeye.
Holy shit! I'm so high I didn't even notice. I'm so high I didn't even notice. So what's next?
What's next? Fucking Spider-Man's pre-sale tickets went on sale yesterday, and everybody and their mother. Nobody. See, Indy was smart. What Indy did was waited. He waited to try to get tickets, but everybody that didn't wait, which was a shitload of fucking people, they couldn't get tickets. Like, this shit, everybody trying to get it, clogging the bandwidth, fucking shutting down fucking Fandango was all fucked up, the website, the app. Like, people crashed this shit, and it pretty sure it broke a record.
Yeah, it did.
Pre-sale record, so I'm pretty sure it was a pre-sale record. Was it a pre-sale record for another fucking Marvel movie?
I don't know. That's what the internet's for, but I've never understood pre-sale tickets unless it's like something like limited or some like a special edition or something that's only going to air for maybe a couple of days. But come on, man. Everybody who wants to see this movie first day is going to be able to see this movie first day that can actually go.
Yeah.
They have showing starting at like 2:10.
This movie is gonna be it's gonna be crazy. Because here's the thing: there's Batman, there's Spider-Man, Superman. There's the traditional superheroes, and the reason why Spider-Man comes out on top of all these is because he relates to more people, just because everybody was a kid. Not everybody's a fucking alien from a planet that don't exist anymore. And not everybody's a fucking rich guy that fucking with mental issues that watched his parents get killed in a botched robbery. A botched stick up. So fucking like everybody was a fucking kid. Yeah, he was bit by a spider and everything, but his stories are told to a more grounded level, you know, in that world. Because like you watch Marvel movies and you watch DC movies. DC's went with the approach to make it as believable as possible. You know, you can say what you want with fucking with Zack Snyder's fucking dark undertones, you know, his darker filming styles and shit like that. I rather enjoy that. You know, I like that. So
yeah. Stewart said, and he sent this to the other thing. He said, just bought a 100 milligram cannabis cookie for $1. Should I eat the whole thing?
well, it's not a Bobby Backwoods one, so you might be able to get away with that, eating the whole thing.
Yeah, it's only 100 milligrams.
Yeah. That's like Bobby Backwoods is 800.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pre-sale tickets were crazy. People went nuts. I didn't look until the later that night. So it was really nothing. Like they had them. They didn't have them at the theater they had none for Portage for Imagine at all. Like it wasn't even on the fucking list.
Yeah. Because Portage, I think, does theirs day of or like the night before. They don't do pre-sale tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's they do come and you come type shit, you know? Plus, they'll probably have the way they're set up, the whole fucking left side, it'll probably be airing, you know what I'm saying, 15 minutes apart on the whole left side, and they'll have the other movies on the right.
Makes sense.
So I wasn't worried about being able to see anything. Like I told y'all, I went the next day, right to good old Michigan City, you know what I'm saying, AMC. It's showing on every screen.
Everything worked out good.
Yeah, 2:10 Thursday, going to see the movie. So
I wonder why my camera keeps freezing on my end. It's really annoying me.
I don't know.
Do you see that?
I wasn't even looking. I'm too busy looking through the comments and.
I shut down Serato, so maybe that'll work. I don't fucking know. No, it's still doing it. That's why earlier where I kept on stopping the camera, you know, that's why, because I was like, what is this? What is going on? Type shit. But yeah. But pre-sale tickets went crazy. And speaking of Spider-Man, there's all types of fucking shit that's fucking. The closer we get to the movie, the more it's ramping up. You know that everything that that's kind of been leaked, and a lot of the things that have kind of been denied and shit like that. It's really real. And now they're saying that the triple threat Spider-Men are going to be together for about 40 minutes of the movie. So it's not going to be like a Ghostbusters thing where it's like, here they are in the last 5 minutes. Here's a good chunk of the movie with the Spider-Man fucking swinging around, fucking fighting fucking the Sinister Five. And is there going to be a sixth one that shows up that Dave actually kept wraps under? Which is crazy.
Let's see. Lizard, Sandman, Electro. I'm missing somebody. Green Goblin and Doc Ock. So we're missing one, which could be a Hobgoblin. I know where you're getting at with it. Could be Vulture, could be Scorpion, because we've seen Scorpion and Vulture in Tom Holland's movies already. Mysterio might not be dead, but who are you hearing the Mysterious Six is going to be?
Well, I can't hear you,
Oh Lord.
but that's on my end. So keep
Okay.
going.
Okay.
Hold
I
on.
I think y'all get all
Hold
the
on.
technical difficulties right now. But I'm possibly thinking that it could be Venom because there are leaks that are coming out that there's going to be a piece of the symbiote actually left somewhere in the mid credit scenes or something like that. So you're wondering if it's going to be something where he pops in and could be, you know what I'm saying, one of the 6 that our hero is going to have to fight.
Oh shit, that's the wrong camera. What the fuck is going on? Well, at least I could hear you. Oh, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Boom.
So what I said was I listed off all the villains that were confirmed to be in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
So when confirmed, the 3 that have been introduced in that universe, in Tom Holland's universe, that hasn't, you know what I'm saying, came up yet, and that's Hobgoblin, Scorpion, and Vulture. The only time we've seen a Vulture is in a cameo of Morbius, although we do have the Morbius movie coming up soon, but I don't think they'll show. Is Morbius coming before Spider-Man? That's after Spider-Man. It got pushed back. So I don't think they would show Morbius before, you know what I'm saying? They could surprise us with Craven, you know, even though we haven't heard casts or anything like that. It's a lot they could do. Who are you hearing that the 6th villain is going to be?
I haven't really at all.
Who do you think?
I don't know. I don't think that they could throw anybody in there that hasn't been casted, you know, because they're not just gonna cast some regular ass person or some shit like that. So it's
I think it'd be Vulture, and
that's what I was thinking too, because we know he's still around.
yeah, but it'd be interesting to see because he has respect for Peter Parker. You know what I'm saying? Even though what happens, it'd be interesting to see if he would allow. I can understand him wanting to get his revenge, but it'd be interesting to see if he would allow somebody to kill Peter if he would step in, and if that's going to be something that happens in the conflict. You know what I'm saying, in the movie, or maybe I really feel like in this movie, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is dying.
I don't think so. I don't think any of them gonna die. I think everything's gonna well, I read something on CBR and that kind of broke down what a fan theory that broke down pretty good, but he didn't die. He kind of rode off to the sunset type shit.
Right. I think he's gonna die.
He might.
That's just me.
I hope not.
I hope so.
Well, what the fuck? Boy, aren't you fucking dark and morbid about fucking Spider-Man? Oh, I hope he dies. I hope Tobey Maguire dies. Fuck
just about Tobey Maguire. That's it.
No. I don't want Tobey Maguire to fucking die. And we'll talk about that because that was the movie of the week. Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched it.
So did I. I watched it on Monday night at like 2:30 in the morning. I started it, but we'll get into that. But it's now that Ghostbusters out the way, this is it. You know, like this is fucking it. We've never had any type of fucking any type of movie on this caliber. I mean, we had Endgame and all that shit, you know, blah 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 blah. But yeah, this is what we've been waiting for, because it goes back to no matter all these superhero movies we have had all the MCU movies, all that shit. Like it's Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's, everybody wants to see fucking Spider-Man. Because going back to the 2002 film, like while you had, you know, there's previous superhero movies, this was like what we've been waiting for, you know. This is what we've been waiting for. Just that first trailer, like we watched last week or whatever, it was like, holy shit. And then when I rewatched it on Monday, you know, it was what it is. But like I said, we'll get into that. But there was a, let's see, what was I about to say?
It was about Spider-Man 2. I forgot. What the fuck? But it's hard to keep shits a secret now. You know, fucking look at if you look on the cast, it got fucking Tom Hardy in the cast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like but you know that happens the closer they get to it, the more shit that leaks here and there. You know, and some of the shit that we've been waiting for. You know, we know what we knew was going to happen, what we were expected to happen. Like, we never thought that we, in any chance that we'd get fucking all three of these motherfuckers in a movie before. And why now it's still allegedly they're in a movie together, or it's still not necessarily true. You know, it's all rumor and speculation. I think we could kind of say that, you know, they're there.
Right.
But it's like how I think Andrew Garfield was probably easier to convince than Tobey Maguire. That I mean, if you're Tobey Maguire, is this something that you would just jump at the chance to do, or something that you'd have to be like, let me, my agent will get back to you, shit like that? Or when his agent called him, like, yo, Marvel fucking called, bro. Like, you want to do this? And now he's probably like, how in shape do I have to be? How in shape do I have to be to fucking do this? You know,
Can I just be fat retired Spider-Man?
yeah.
Like do I have to fit in the suit?
Like, he's trying to be the old Peter Parker from like Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what they're gonna do with his character at the end of it, you know. But that'll be fucked. But who's gonna kill him? Who's it gonna be?
Venom.
But he's not only part of him that's supposed to be in the movie is Tom Hardy going back to his real fucking multiverse when fucking everything gets fixed. That was a major leak this week that part of the Venom fucking goo gets left behind at the No Way Home and finds Peter Parker. Facts. And then the other big fucking Spider-Man news this week is we're getting 3 new fucking movies.
Marvel hasn't confirmed. It was Amy Pascal,
who's a producer on every fucking Spider-Man movie ever,
who really doesn't even work for Sony anymore.
But she's gonna be a fucking fucking producer, an executive producer on every Spider-Man movie ever.
Who probably just fucking stressed the hell out of Kevin Feige, who's like, you just sent me a text message saying that you might want to do more movies yesterday. And she probably went out, did an interview, announced that shit, and he's like, this
But we know that's gonna happen. Like they don't want, like, Spider-Man's supposed to, like we were talking last week, like he's supposed to take up the fucking Avengers mantle, like the Iron Man leader mantle. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be all on him. This movie, this No Way Home, is supposed to catapult him to being the de facto leader type shit. And
that's that. Would you please stop shitting on Sam Wilson? Would you please stop shitting on Captain America?
I'm not meaning this shit on him, but nobody cares about bro. Even if Chris Evans came back as Captain America, it's Spider-Man's time.
No, it's the leader of the Avengers is flipping Captain America Sam Wilson right now. The only thing Tony did was fund the Avengers. He made sure people got paychecks. Peter Parker, as of right now, doesn't have that type of money. If they go the route they do in the comics and he ends up owning his own company, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Like even when Captain America is the first Avenger and everything like that, in the Avengers movies, it was, ever since, I mean, maybe they instilled into us to think like that because Iron Man was the first movie to jump off the MCU. But like it's like when you think about like the leader of the Avengers, even though you know it's Captain America, because of the MCU, you think of Iron Man.
No, I never do.
Well, that's your fault.
I never do because even Tony Stark was answering the cap.
In a way, why is that? Why is my hand? My hand's not even green. What is going on? Look at that.
You smoke so much weed that your skin pulsates green.
Bro, I'm turning it. Look, bro, this is like Back to the Future. Holy shit. I'm disappearing. That is crazy. What is? Hold on.
Ew.
What is
that just means you thought about your mom not conceiving you in order for you to disappear.
Oh my god. It was like I'm 47 though.
Yo.
Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that.
Josh says it looks normal on his end.
All right, cool. Shout out to Chill.
No, until the 2 second delay, until like the 10-second delay ends. He's like, nah, you disappear.
Okay, look, I'm back. My mom fucked my dad. Here I am. Yeah, like it. This movie's gonna. Even though the scale of Infinity War and Endgame, how that was, I still think this is gonna be a little bit better.
And you know what I understand what you're saying, but I still think that this is a microcosm in what you're going to see in Doctor Strange.
But this is the start of everything we're going to see in Doctor Strange.
No, WandaVision and Loki was the start of everything we're going to see in Doctor Strange.
That was the start. That was kind of the start of it. But this, I think, this definitely fucking accelerates it. I think this is what sucks them in.
No, I honestly think all this shit is happening at the same time.
Yeah. That's gonna be it. So, everything happening at that one time is what does it.
Yeah, because it was gonna be
cool.
him casting.
I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Him casting that spell. He Who Remains. That wasn't He Who Remains. That was maybe it was He Who Remains. No, that wasn't He Who Remains. The version of Kang that was there dying. And Scarlet Witch becoming you know what I'm saying? Wanda becoming the Scarlet Witch, all happened at the same fucking time. And that's what spins everything out of control. And when it comes to the realization that we might be right about that, when they said at the end, for a lot of people who haven't watched the DC shows, it's gonna blow their fucking mind when they actually check to see what happens.
Goddamn sneezing fits.
Yeah. And so I can't wait for it to happen, man. I'm looking forward to it.
And yeah, so it's gonna be just like what are you gonna do when all three Spider-Men are right there? And how is it gonna happen? Like that's like I can't wait. Like we've talked numerous times before. I don't care about the leaks. I don't care about knowing the spoilers. I don't care about knowing everything about the movie because I want to see how everything gets to be there, you know.
I'm of the cloth. I don't give a fuck about the three Spider-Man to start off with.
I do.
I can care. I can care shit less. None of that shit bothers me. I'm
glad they're there.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything at all to me. I'm more interested in the character development of Doc Ock and a lot of the villains to see what happens. If Tom Holland's going to have another major loss, that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's easier to sacrifice one of the Spider-Man than to take another MJ away, to take Aunt May away, or something like that. Aunt May might be on the chopping block, yo. I hope not because I love Marissa Tomei.
She's on my chopping block. I'm gonna chop that block.
But I'm interested in seeing what happens with that, man. But Uncle Ben got shot. Batman's parents got shot. And again, Alec Baldwin saying that he did not pull the trigger.
He did not pull the trigger. He did his first major interview and we will let's see. We're gonna go let's see if I could find it to what I wanted to use. No, I don't want to use the TMZ one. Let's go with this shit right quick. Gotta share this thing. All right, let me. Oh God, yeah. So anyway, it's been a while since. It's been about a month now.
Yeah.
Been about a month since there was a shooting that led to a death on the set of Rust. That is not what I want to do. We got to take that background away. Sorry, guys. There we go. So he says now he's. Hi, ads. How you doing? Let's see. Where's the headline? There we go. Alec Baldwin says, I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't do it. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
He said, oh, it ain't my fault.
He says the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger. This is his first sit-down interview since the October shooting. Okay, so almost 2 months. When asked why he pointed the gun at Hutchins and pulled the trigger when that wasn't in the script, he said, I would never point a gun at anyone and then pull the trigger. Never. He also said he has no idea how a live bullet got into the Colt 45 revolver he used in the scene. Someone put a live bullet in the gun, a bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property. An emotional Baldwin visibly fights back tears when talking about Hutchins. She was someone who was loved by everybody who worked with her, like by everyone who worked with her and admired, he said. He also added, it doesn't seem real to me. When asked by George Stephanopoulos if the shooting was the worst thing that ever happened to him, Baldwin said yes, because I think back and I think, what could I have done? The interview will air in its entirety tomorrow night on ABC. So next week we will talk about that. And it also that's basically just your little fucking advertisement for the show tomorrow. They want you to tune in for the rest. So that's about that with that.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't know why it took him so long to sit down. Maybe the investigation's over on it or almost over, or it's they feel for some reason that now is a good time for them to fucking for them to go ahead and talk about it for some reason. So but like I said, there's many protocols that seem to be breached on it. There's also them saying how it wasn't in the script or what have you, but like I said before, there's numerous things that aren't in the script that get put in the movie, and there's a lot of things in the script that don't end up in the movie when you're actually shooting it. You know, so whatever's on the paper might be fine on the paper, but when you're actually shooting it, it might not make sense, or you might improvise or something else, depending on how shooting's been going. So it happens all the time. There's not one movie that fucking there's not one movie where fucking everything has went according perfectly to the script. Like there's always been a change here or there, something added, something taken out, something.
I feel like this, to me, like while the investigation was going on, they might have got tips on shit that was happening. That this could be the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is consulting with lawyers. They know how they want to say. They know they want to play it, because if he never pulled the trigger, I feel like this is something that would have been said immediately. I didn't pull the trigger. The gun.
Well, no. Lawyers and publicists would advise them to keep quiet till the investigation's over. Only
Yeah,
people they'll tell them the only people we're going to talk to is the authorities and investigators. That's
yeah,
it.
but if you didn't pull the
So
trigger, you didn't pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? That if you didn't pull the trigger and somebody put a live round in the gun, you know what I'm saying? That means that somebody else is at fault, because that means in between the check of before you got the gun that the live round was put in, that means that maybe a check wasn't done properly, or the person that was doing the check was the one that put the live bullet in the gun. Period.
I believe the armorer was a woman too.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
she
it's
didn't like old girl.
or maybe she just didn't.
This is all speculation.
Yeah.
Viewers,
None of this is real. Didn't
no
pay attention to her
accusations or
job.
anything.
Because that's where this is going to lead to now, because now it's going to go to, okay, if he didn't pull the trigger and the gun just went off, they had to take a step back, go backwards.
Yes.
Then what wasn't done right before, you know what I'm saying, that happened. So this could be a quick thing for him trying to defend himself, the best way for, you know what I'm saying, his defense to be had and what was going on. Because if you didn't pull the trigger and you got that camera right there, and even if it went off, should be something left on that tape to show that you didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. Back to some big Spider-Man news I forgot to mention earlier. Tom Holland and Zendaya officially confirmed they're a couple. After all this time, they finally confirm it.
Oh, so basically what happens is the second not greatest secret left ever had in fucking
basically.
Spider-Man history.
Yeah.
We know this, people.
Yeah, but sorry about that. Going back to what you were
I was just
about.
saying, if they're not a couple, he was gay.
Yeah.
So congratulations to those two. And
Spider-Man was officially rated PG-13 for violence and language.
That's cool. I kind of feel like it probably hasn't been. I kind of feel like it's always been rated PG-13.
I want Robert Downey Jr. to come back for one more. You know what? Everybody talked about they want like a Deadpool Wolverine movie. I want a fucking Iron Man and fucking Wolverine movie. Like an R-rated one.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be fucking awesome. Like, because Robert Downey Jr.'s like Iron Man character he would say fuck all the time if it was R-rated. He'd be like, we're the fucking Avengers. I'm fucking Iron Man. That's what he would have said before the snap. I'm fucking Iron Man, bitch. Boom. Tell me he wouldn't.
I'm going to leave that alone. I don't even want to get into that. I'm Iron Man. Nah, it sounds like too much like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, but
that's what I need to be PG-13 or R. I need a Juggernaut movie.
So
nope, never mind. He did that in Deadpool too.
Yeah, we'll have more on the roast bullshit next week after the interview tomorrow. We'll see how it plays out. But like if I was fucking Baldwin's team, I wouldn't have told him to say shit until after they went through everything with authorities. I would not say nothing. That's why he's been quiet since October. Don't say shit until it's time. And now evidently it's time. So that's it for me on that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that, man.
I'm gonna run through some other news of shit that happened this week. Some of it more important than others. What was it? Gillian Anderson from fucking X-Files fame has been cast in an Edgar Allan Poe movie. The Pale Blue Eye. It's going to be a Netflix gothic thriller. Let's see what else happened. Danny DeVito is very interested to see Colin Farrell's take on the Penguin in the Batman, and he's still open to reprising the role in the future, especially since fucking Michael Keaton's back. But the last time we seen Penguin's character, he was floating in a river with penguins, face down, may I add.
Yeah,
I believe it was face down.
Well, I mean, Marvel bought back Doc Ock.
That is very, very true. Magic Mike 3 is happening.
He's really hard up for money since his wife left him, huh?
Channing Tatum asked Sandra Bullock to be in Magic Mike 3. I don't think she obliged. So it was just a little blurb that I had read earlier as I was preparing for tonight's show. What else was there? Fucking Home Alone house outside in the Chicago suburbs is for rent on Airbnb for one night only for $25. So I don't know if it's like a fucking lottery on who fucking wins the $25 for the night bullshit of it, but it's pretty cool. But there's been a lot of movie houses that have went on Airbnb recently to tie into promo and shit like that.
I would want to do the Home Alone house.
Yeah,
the house.
Why wouldn't I?
The house set up like it was in the movie though?
No, because they didn't film none of that interior in that house. All the only thing we seen of that real house was the exterior front and shit. Everything else was different.
Man, I want to eat pizza in that attic.
I mean, okay, that would be cool.
Okay, I thought you saying okay, like nah. Okay, cool. You said that'd be cool. I thought you was finna diss me because I said that.
No. But yeah. The biggest news so far, I think, this week is announced earlier today. Let me see if I could find the exact thing about it. What's his name? Nicolas Cage is playing Dracula.
All right, this was the last. We're sorry, you guys. We had a good run while it lasted. We hope you guys loved what you saw. But the first thing we could possibly do to end the show just happened. Somebody said that Nicolas Cage is going to be Dracula, and I know you all like. Thanks for ruining our lives,
bro. I'm not trying to ruin nobody's life. I didn't do no casting or anything like that. All I'm doing is reporting what is big fucking movie news, because not only is he gonna be Dracula, they announced it yesterday. It's gonna be Nicholas versus Nicholas, Nicolas Cage versus Nicholas Hoult, who you might remember as the Beast from the X-Men First Class.
Oh my god.
So here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, calm down. I can't even play no sound effects because I unhooked all that shit. But check it out. Here's what's gonna happen. Not only is he playing Dracula, now he's not playing the Dracula character in some fucking Netflix fucking scary movie or comedic thriller or some fucking weird shit like that. He is playing Dracula in a Universal's picture movie called Renfield. Basically, Christopher Hoult is starring as of Renfield. I don't know who that is. He's the vampire count's infamous henchman. Okay, that's okay. Chris McKay's directing it. He directed Amazon's Tomorrow War and the Lego Batman movie, which was excellent. So that's pretty cool. So he's gonna play Dracula. Fucking Nicholas Holt's gonna play his henchman, and it's gonna be fucking. There you go. That's it. No, there's no fucking plot details. Basically, but if you go back to Bram Stoker's Dracula, that was written in 19 fucking. Oh no, my bad. That 1800s. Dracula was written in 1800s. Holy shit. Yeah. And 18, let me look this up. 1800 something. But that's hold on, let me look it up. Okay, let's see. Nicolas Cage starring as Dracula in Renfield. The character of Renfield originated in Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula as a patient in an asylum obsessed with drinking blood. Deluded into thinking he will find immortality, he bows at the feet of Dracula, who, in the very definition of toxic work environments and codependent relationship, feeds him insects and rats and dangles everlasting life in front of him. Oh, bro. Oh my God. So Nicolas Cage is I don't know how this is gonna take. So Ryan Ridley wrote it. He's known for Fox's Ghost and Adult Swim's Rick and Morty. The original outline came from, hold on, Robert Kirkman.
Oh fuck! Now I want to see it.
And if you guys watching don't know who Robert Kirkman is, he is the creator of Walking Dead.
And for those who didn't watch Walking Dead, he's also the creator of Invincible,
which is fucking awesome. Give me season 2, please.
Robert Kirkman is writing.
Yeah, he wrote the outline and the treatment, and the screenwriter went from that. So there you go. We got fucking Nicolas motherfucking Cage as a fucking Dracula. Like, you know what? Nicolas Cage needs the money, so he should just play anything he could play. Okay, we could probably pay him $5,000 to play something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kobe Smulders is back in the MCU as Maria Hill's coming back for Secret Invasion, which we should already guessed.
Mm-hmm.
But that was announced earlier today. Let's see. Oh, Aquafina is also playing in Renfield alongside Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage.
I really don't want to see this movie.
There's a theory that Kate Bishop was snapped out of existence during Thanos' fucking snap. White Man Can't Jump is getting a remake. Surprise, surprise. I wish
with women.
I don't know. They should. I don't know why they don't fucking just do a fucking
sequel.
A sequel. But let me see. Let me read this article up on courtesy of Slash Film. BJ Colangelo is the writer of this article, and he says, I genuinely didn't have green lighting a remake of the classic 1992 sports comedy on my 2021 bingo card, but at this point, so much weird junk has happened, I might as well throw my card in the trash. So filmmaker Calmatic will be in the director's seat. He recently wrapped production on New Line Cinema's reboot of House Party and gained worldwide acclaim after directing the Grammy Award-winning video for Old Town Road. The new script for White Man Can't Jump comes from Kenya Barris. Oh my God. But she's working on the project for years. And Doug Hall with Barris also producing. Blake Griffin, former NFL player Ryan Khalil, and Noah Weinstein are executive producing through their Mortal Media banner. What the fuck? Well, and he's like, but didn't the original answer to the movie answer the titular question that, yeah, they could jump?
No.
No details have been released regarding what possible changes will be made to the original storyline, if there is any. Calmatic's House Party reboot is being produced by LeBron James through Spring Hill, which means White Man Can't Jump will be a second foray into entertainment produced by NBA stars. Maybe the folks behind Space Jam 2 should have waited a little longer, because it sounds like Calmatic would have been a perfect fit. Well, he wouldn't have made it any good. So, yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is fucking stupid. Why? Like, why? I could see a sequel. They don't need to reboot it. It's fucking stupid.
No, stop. Wait, hold on. What young Puerto Rican actress are we able to see naked like we got to see Rosie Perez?
I don't know. I don't think there's any that's going to get naked nowadays. Don't want to put that on their OnlyFans. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so anyway, let's see what else happened. I don't know if
Jess said he can't wait to see Nicolas Cage's Dracula. It'd be the best Dracula since Gary Oldman.
Well, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions.
If you just add Keanu, and I'm in there.
Jessica Henwick from Iron Fist fame had to choose between the Matrix Resurrection and Shang-Chi, and she chose the fucking Matrix Resurrections. So that's why she wasn't in Shang-Chi, but they wanted her in there. That was cool news that I glanced over earlier today.
Makes you wonder, did she make the right choice?
No, we'll find out when it comes out in a couple weeks. Jordan Peele's Nope, his latest movie film project, has wrapped production. He shot it in IMAX. What was it? What was it supposed to be about? There's not much word on plot specifics, but that's about it.
Oh, they said you shouldn't worry about Nick Cage because didn't Eddie Murphy play Dracula?
He didn't play Dracula.
He played Dracula.
He played a vampire. His name wasn't Dracula. So whatever. Anything else that I can think of that I seen? Batgirl's begun filming the movie.
Don't care.
Shut up.
It's a
Stop
DC
being
movie.
a hater,
It's a
bro.
DC movie. I don't care.
Bro, and Flash is gonna come out and be dope as fuck.
For your information, not my Flash.
First of all, your Flash might be in it.
Armageddon is dope right now. Check out Flash season 8, episodes 1 through 3. Armageddon. It's dope. And this episode had Black Lightning in it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Flashpoint or whatever they're gonna call it. Zorro 2.0 will reboot the classic Zorro character as a fucking hacker. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck, bro? I was a big Zorro. I was a Zorro fanatic. I don't know fucking why. Maybe because he was like Batman, a fucking Spanish Batman. He was fucking a rich nigga that got on a horse with a fucking mask on and bang bad bitches, whatever. But so anyway, as a kid, I love Zorro. I watched everything Zorro. The old school, there was a TV show that was in the 90s, a Zorro TV show.
Mm-hmm.
They had the old school movies. So one day, I'm like, oh, here's Zorro on pay-per-view. Hey, Mom, can I get this Zorro joint? Yeah, go ahead. How much is it? I was like, $7.99. She's like, go ahead and get it. I get it. It's not a normal Zorro movie. Because about 7.5 minutes into this, Zorro's in a fucking barn, butt naked with just his hat and his motherfucking mask on, fucking butt fucking a bitch on a bale of hay. Bro, the name of the movie was The Erotic Adventures of Zorro. So I rented Zorro porn.
Wow, what did you think of the newer Antonio Banderas Zorros?
I like the first one.
That was was that Selma Hayek? With it was one of them.
That was our introduction to Catherine Zeta-Jones.
That's what it was, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Well, she wasn't a Jones then, but that was before she married somebody fucking 97 years older than her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Zorro 2.0 is gonna reboot. I hope it's really gonna be called Zorro 2.0. I hope so. But here it says, oh wow, my god. Remember Zorro, he's back in hacker form, or that's the plan at least. Alex Rivera has been trapped by Sobini Films to write and direct Zorro 2.0, which reimagines the famous swashbuckling character as a modern day hacker. And no, I'm not making this up. Oh my God. Everything about this pitch, including the title, sounds like a relic from the 90s when the average film grower did not quite understand computers, and therefore Hollywood was free to pump out wildly inaccurate entertainment like Hackers and the Net. But hey, maybe reimagining Zorro as a hacker is just what the character needs. I think not.
Hackers was actually a cool movie. I liked Hackers. At the time, it was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Zorro's, I believe it's fucking public domain too. So, Zorro was created in 1919 by Johnston McCulley, swashbuckling adventure hero prone to slashing the letter Z wherever he goes. You know what? I wish I would have watched the whole porn, bro. Because I wonder if when he finished off, he finished off on her and was like, If he just the Z on her chest.
Yeah, everything over here went to sleep. Hold on. Like everything went to sleep.
Bruh.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like that, like if I was the writer of the porn, I'd be like, bro, that you just gotta lay a Z on her.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. But anyway, Zora 2.0, fucking what the fuck? It's fucking stupid. The hacker's name is Zorro. Z, and he's a hacker because this is how it's spelled: Z0RR0. It's kind of like a Mr. Robot type thing, I guess. The film reimagines the iconic character as Oscar de la Vega, a young undocumented hacker known as Zorro. While fighting back against a secret government unit that attacked his mother, he discovers a high-tech conspiracy that threatens not only his family, but the world. That's fucking stupid as fuck.
It's different to me if it's a hacker that's inspired by the lore of Zorro and decides to take that at his hacker
fucking
persona.
Stupid. Fuck you, people. Fuck you. If you want to bring fucking Zorro back, bring him back the real fucking way. Put the motherfucker on a horse, fucking bitches in the barn on a bale of hay. I wish I could hit the fucking air horn right now. Hold on. I can't. That's fucking stupid. Anyway, that's it. Now, we have a segment of the show, the only segment that we have so far. We probably should have other segments, but we're not that good of a host, even though we're really good hosts. We have and I should have a little fucking graphic too, but I don't have that because I'm not that good right now either. Movie of the week. Right now, we usually do a movie randomizer, but we kind of threw that out the window because it gives us a bunch of movies that we don't really want to watch, even though the point of it is to watch movies that we don't really want to watch. But we're old enough where we're not gonna. We're like, nah.
We know what we're gonna do, and we know we're not.
I'm 41 years old. If I haven't watched this fucking movie yet, I don't want to fucking watch it. Okay. So leading up to Spider-Man, No Way Home, we decided we're gonna watch the first movie in all fucking 3 Spider-Man trilogies. Or all 3 Spider-Man, the first film in all 3 of the Spider-Man
Toby, Drew,
movies.
and Tom.
Yeah, exactly. So last week, this current week was
Tat.
Yeah. Tat. The movie was the 2002 Spider-Man movie directed by Sam Raimi, which was, like I was saying earlier in the show, fucking everything. And I didn't really when I watched the movie, of course it was fucking 2002, so yeah, I thought it was dope as fuck and all that shit, but I didn't look at it how I looked at it when I watched it on Monday. Okay. I'm trying to fight off a sneeze over here. So while I've loved the movie, I've seen the movie numerous fucking times, at least more than 15, 20, Hold on. I can feel it coming, but it's not. I'm over here looking at the light and shit. It's not helping like it's supposed to. But I could feel my face like loading up on fucking allergy mucus. People who tune into the show, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?
What the allergy mucus?
What the fuck?
Y'all never watched Toxic Avenger?
Yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the movie. Anyway, I've seen it numerous times, but when I watched it Monday, I watched it a little differently, and more things like stood out to me. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, why haven't I fucking noticed this before? Like, what? Why? What the fuck? So anyway, I liked the whole movie. Why the movie was dope. The whole origin story was dope, even though people don't like origin stories in movies anymore. Fuck that. Bring the origin story because I like to see how each character plays. That character, is played. What the fuck? Shut up. Even though live action the CGI was great for the time and all that shit. It hasn't now. When I was watching it, I was like, okay, it was dope at the time. But here's the thing: it was like a live action comic book. The way the colors popped, the way the colors were incorporated into the scenes with the wardrobe and everything, like it was a live action comic book. And that's one of the dopest things, and it was great. I loved it. It was I watched it, yeah, Monday night. I was like, oh yeah, because we're supposed to do this show on Tuesdays, but I think we're just going to switch it to Wednesdays because that's kind of how it's been the past couple weeks.
It seems like everything wants this to be on a Wednesday.
So I really enjoyed the rewatch. I noticed a lot of things. Toby played. I love Toby Spider-Man. I like the first movie. I like the chemistry between him and Kirsten Dunst. I love Kirsten Dunst's boobs.
Fucking hate Kirsten.
You could hate her and love her boobs at the same time.
I don't love her boobs.
Like her boobs were like a focal point of the fucking movie. Like from the first fucking scene, damn near the first scene she's in, it's like, here's my fucking boobs. Like you're seeing, like, there you go. She's like, I don't really like, she don't got like a padded bra. They had her in one of those fucking ones that just had the underwire and loose cloth so you could see those motherfuckers bouncing around the whole time. Yeah, this show's wild, guys.
I'm not with it. Speaking on Nick Cage, Prisoners of the Ghostland is on Shudder right now. If you want to go check out the wildest movie that he has ever made.
No, I don't care about that. But anyway,
exactly.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed what Sam Raimi did with that first movie. So everything played well, Did it age well after seeing Tom Holland kill it as fucking Spider-Man and Peter Parker? I had to get reintroduced and reused to the fact that Tobey Maguire was 20-some years old playing a fucking high school kid. Back then he pulled it off very convincingly.
Mm-hmm.
But now, this motherfucker was 14, 15 years old when he was cast as Spider-Man. He was a fucking teenager in fucking Civil War. He grew up being Spider-Man, like, what it was supposed to happen. He was a teenager. So fucking, it was very believable at the time. Now it took me a little bit to get into it, back into it. The whole cafeteria scene where he fucking saves fucking MJ from falling and catches everything on the fucking tray. The crazy thing is that's one of the best movie facts. That really happened. He really did that. That was not CGI.
Really?
Yeah. Look that shit up. That really happened. He really caught all that shit. I don't remember how many takes it took or whatever, but yeah, that really happened. That was not CGI.
It must have been. It had to be a trick to it.
No trick at all. Nah, look it up. Look it up.
I don't believe that.
I don't care what you believe. I'll tell you what the fact is.
I don't know.
Look it up. I'm kind of and William Dafoe played an excellent Goblin. He's perfect fucking villain for movies because he's fucking scary looking as fuck. He looks scary.
He really does.
Imagine if that's your dad or your fucking uncle and you got to see him all the fucking time when you're growing up. You're like, this motherfucker's scary. You got to give him a hug when it's time to go home after fucking Thanksgiving. And you're like, fuck this scary motherfucker. He played wonderful. James Franco was good in his role. But I liked it. I'm looking forward to watching The Amazing Spider-Man. Might watch it tonight.
No, I'm actually looking forward to watching Amazing Spider-Man more too, because I think the Amazing Spider-Man is definitely underappreciated, especially that lizard, because it came after, what I'm saying, that Doc Ock. If we would have saw this lizard that we got,
I liked it, but I didn't like the changes they made to it.
The humanoid head.
No, not the shit with his parents. like, oh, they're like secret agents type shit. Fucking, that's fucking stupid as fuck, bro. Like, I didn't like soon as like I liked it. I liked Andrew Garfield. I liked all three Spider-Man in their respective role. They did all three of them playing their versions of Spider-Man did it justice. Okay. But Andrew Garfield didn't look like a fucking teenager. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, true.
At all. Like after it's all said and done now, like Tom Holland's hands down my favorite. He's embodied and played a teenage Peter Parker better than everybody else because he's a fucking teenage Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed it. I can't, like I said, but even though I didn't like the changes they made in Amazing Spider-Man, I'm still looking forward to watching it. I like Andrew Garfield. I like that he played him with that teenage angst and shit like that. I do like that aspect of it, like that tortured, like I'm mildly depressed ass fucking shit. It was like if fucking Spider-Man was a fucking DC character.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that aspect of it, and I'll see what else did I pick up on it as I rewatch it.
Yeah, I liked it. Raimi Spider-Man was really good to me. Tobey Maguire doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? I think the fact it felt dated when I watched it the first time. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. It seemed I understood who they were trying to market it to. They wanted toy sales. They wanted different stuff like that. To me, it just felt like Friends with superpowers.
Well, it's. I don't think it was really like who they market. Like, I don't even think they were marketing it to kids. I think they were marketing to our age demographic and older. They weren't necessarily marketing to the like when you market to kids, you're marketing to it's like 10 to fucking 16, 10 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the 18 to 42-year-old coveted demographic is the one that they were really aiming with at that time. That's why they made it as comic accurate as they could, including making it look like it's a comic panel come to life type shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Raimi wanted to do, and that's what I'm glad Sony let him do. As comic accurate as possible. Now, we could start comparing them next week after we watch Amazing Spider-Man. Even though technically we could, at face value, compare them now. I don't really want to get into it till next week, and then the third week after that, we could really get into all three of them, and then after that, we'll be talking about fucking. No Way Home. The thing that sucks is the original plan was us to go see it together and then fucking do a special one of Lights, Camera, Action. But now we can't watch it together because I'll be on the West Coast.
Well, we can watch it together and still, do it. It just be a same day thing. We watch it the same day and then come to it.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's kind of like when we went and saw Infinity War. You know what I'm saying? And they had like the group talk. You know what I'm saying? After that, damn, I wish we was potting then. Because it was a group of us that went to go see that one. That would have been pretty interesting to see what's going on with that. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to watching them. Amazing, and just realize how much more I liked Gwen Stacy than Mary Jane.
Yeah, we'll see how everything. I can't wait to be able to compare the two. And like I said, then compare to fucking 3 and then fucking get our mind blown with fucking No Way Home.
Yeah. And then there would just be like, yeah, well, the ranking of the Spider-Man movies are totally destroyed now because No Way Home could change the way we look at all the other movies.
With No Way Home, I destroy every Marvel movie thus far.
I don't know. It's really.
Hey, Tobey Maguire gonna show up in the movie like mad. Like he's just gonna be a fucking disgruntled ass old Spider-Man smoking fucking cigarettes and shit.
Yeah.
He'd be smoking menthol cigarettes.
I'm still waiting on a Marvel movie to take Winter Soldier out of my number one.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if No Way Home is the one to do it. Because Winter Soldier is the one Marvel movie that no matter what time of day it is, no matter what day it is, I could put that on and I'm watching it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I got my go-to of that is fucking Ragnarok.
I could dig it.
I could watch that all the fucking time. But next week we will be discussing the Amazing Spider-Man starring Andrew Garfield and fucking that one chick that I don't like at all.
How do you not like her, dude?
I don't like her. I don't like Emma
She is
Stone.
fucking dope.
No.
Even in fucking what was that? That whatever that Easy A. Everything she's been in.
Just even in like fucking, I didn't like her in Superbad. I don't know what it is about her. I just don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
I'm not doing a show. I'm not doing a show with you anymore. That's just totally disrespectful.
Yeah, shut up. But yeah, next week at whatever time on Wednesday, I'll be live from Las Vegas, probably with a special guest in Syndrome True Show. And then we'll discuss the Amazing Spider-Man and next week's fucking movie news. I mean, until then, you can find me everywhere online at Villain Radio. Watch our other shows on the Villain Radio Network, which include this show, Lights, Camera, Action. We also have Friday Night Live, a live interview show that I do on Friday nights. Spontaneously, I'll have a show. But I have a playlist of shows on the site, youtube.com/Villain Radio Network. We also have Sunday Dinner, which stars me and a group of friends, including this man right here, Indy Uchiha.
It's the show up group. Whoever show up is on the show.
Yeah. It's basically whoever shows up, so they don't get me mad. And then
I'm just here so Vill won't get mad.
Yeah. I'm here so I don't get fined. And then Indy does all types of shit. What do you do, Indy?
Y'all guys can definitely check me out over NerdMix Alpha YouTube page. NerdMix NerdMixGaming.live. You can check me out there. Game streaming right here on the Villain Radio Network. And A+ Heel Report also on YouTube, where there's a plethora of entertainment shows that we have there as well.
Yep. The home base for everything, rawvillain.com. Check it out. The site's being redesigned currently. I mean, it's up. Like, if you go there right now, I got this video streaming live, but we're going to have a whole new Villain Radio Network site based at rawvillain.com. Check us out Sunday nights at 8-ish on sundaydinner.show. And do me a favor. I need y'all to go like and subscribe and share. And until then, we'll holler at you next week, where I'll be live from Las Vegas, Nevada.